today we're going to talk about chapters 12 to 16 in The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is a very well-known classic, so I hope that you enjoyed today's session. Okay, chapter 12. Might I have a bit of earth? So Mary starts off with a very happy note, and then she becomes very, very sad, right? And why do you think that why do you think that meeting Mr. Craven is so frightening to her, in your opinion? Yeah, and if you were Mary, would you be also frightened? How do you think of Mr. Craven, and do you feel a little sad for him? And also, do you think that a bit of earth is a little strange to ask, or do you think that that is a common question that you have asked too? And then Dickon also sends a message that is like, I will come back. He's not very good at spelling, but that's not the point. How did you feel when you read that? Okay, 13, I am Colin, right? But anyway, there was so much rain, right? And so they couldn't go to, she couldn't meet Dickon. So she meets Colin. So did you think that it was queer about the crying sound? And did you know that someone was behind it? Did you suspect it at least? And did you know, and also, if you had been Mary, would you have been brave enough to see this, to find out? And did you think that it was actually a ghost? And also, the crying sound, it was made by a ghost. How can you describe Colin? And do you think that he is nice? And what do you think about his father treats Colin out isn't very good, right? How do you like that? And if you had been Colin, would you want to die? And why do you think that Colin is so sad? Why do you think that Colin gets so much illnesses? And how do you think that he can make all this better? And also, about Mrs. Craven's picture, what did you think about it? And if you had been Colin, would you have hidden that picture or not? And do you think that Colin is a young Raja? And also, if you had been Martha, how would you have reacted to this? And I also wanted to ask you, why do you think that Colin has so many fits? And do you think that Colin is a little too spoiled? And also, what did you think of Colin's books? Were they impressive in your opinion? And how did you like the way that the adults treated Colin and Mary together? Okay, chapter 15, nest building. But anyway, now she's going back to Dickon, right? Awesome. But Colin, and what did you think of the Robin getting a mate? Do you think that sort of ruined the whole thing, the whole vibe of the Robin being a friend, or did you feel happy about that? And what about the garden? Did you like how the garden is now getting really beautiful? And also, what about Mary? How do you think? What about Mary? Like, do you think that Mary has also changed a lot? And do you like gardening? Just a quick question about that. And I also wanted to ask you about and also now Dickon says that Colin never wished that he'd ever been even born, which is something very bad to think about, right? No one should think that. Do you agree that no one should think that? And Dickon, the animals are drawn to him. Do you like animals? And would you like animals that were drawn to you? I would a lot. Like there will be a crow here, and then there will be a fox over there, and then probably a deer over there, some lizards scurrying around, a chipmunk chittering, and then there will be some birds landing on other birds landing on my shoulders, and then there will be yeah, I would like that a lot. But anyway, and also what did you think about Dickon talking like Ben Weatherstaff? And also, okay, and I also wanted to ask you, sometimes do you feel like that you want to die or that you should never have been born? Or is that something that you've never felt? Like if you're really frustrated or you're angry, do you ever feel that way or do you never feel that way? I try not to feel like that, but anyway, chapter 16, I won't, right? So Colin is very, very angry. What did you think about that? Did you think that it was right for Colin to be really angry? We now see that he is spoiled. He is spoiled. And how would you react if you had been Mary? And also, Colin, if you had been Colin, how do you think that he felt? Because you need to look at it from all points of view. And do you think that why am I saying laughing? That shouting match was really refreshing. And why do you think that the nurse was laughing a lot? And also, Mr. Craven sent some gifts. Do you think that Mary felt a little guilty that she had shouted at his son, or do you think not? And also, if you had been Mary, would you have liked those gifts? Mary did. And do you think that because she was a little guilty, that was why she gave him another chance, or do you think that it was because of another reason? Would you have given him another chance? And I also wanted to ask you, well, this is something very you don't have to do it, but it would be really cool to see snowdrops or daffodils or roses, or any other kind of plant actually, in really fast motion, like how they grow. It's really, really cool. I have seen it and I have loved it. So I hope that you really check that out. It's pretty optional. And also, I wanted to ask you about the Moor. How do you like the Moor? Since at the front of the book, you didn't really like the Moor, did you? But then, at the end of the book, did you like the Moor more? I know, more. Okay, but you get the point, right? So, but anyway, did you like the chapter 15? It was called Nest Building. Did you like the fact that did you like sorry, I was in a loss of words, but in Nest Building, Dickon says that we need to look like grass or trees or bushes, right? How do you think that you would do it? How would you turn into grass or trees or bushes? How would you do it so that you would look like a grass or trees or bushes? Now, as always, I wanted to ask you, and I also wanted to ask you, if you had been married, would you have kissed the flowers as she did in chapter 15? But now, we've done all of our chapters all the way up to 16. So, as always, you could probably guess what I'm going to say if, that is, you have watched any of my other videos. But if you have not watched any of my other videos, this is what I'm going to say. What was your favorite part in these chapters? And what was your favorite part in all of these chapters since we've read so far? And we've read a lot, actually. This much. Let's see. We've read all the way to this much, guys. We've read this much. Okay? That's a lot. That's like, a little, in my copy, it's about at least like right at the half of the book. A little more than the half, actually. Barely though. But anyway, also, how do you like the book so far? And what do you predict is going to happen next? But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed chapters 12 to 16 with me in The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. And I hope that you also have an awesome day. And bye!